But to suddenly say, I'm going to chase away all the headsmen, when I know for a fact that not all the headsmen are criminals. In fact, I know for a fact that the majority of headsmen are not criminals. They are normal Nigerians trying to make a living, just like you and I. I mean, if I go by the amount of criminal activity or violent situations I've experienced in Ikeja in my lifetime to judge everybody that lives in Ikeja, then I'll say Ikeja is a completely, everybody in Ikeja is a criminal. It's a fact. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I did a little social experiment on my Instagram yesterday.
Okay.
Every politician in Nigeria is either a Christian or a Muslim.
Okay.
And everyone that has ruined this country politically is either a Christian or a Muslim. There is no escaping it. Is it okay for me to say we have to chase all Christians and Muslims out of Nigeria, when it's obvious that yes, all politicians are Christians and Muslims, but not all Christians and Muslims are politicians? So it is impossible for us to accept that all criminals can be headsmen. Maybe, let's even say maybe, but we cannot accept that all headsmen are criminals. It's impossible. So that is not a solution. The solution is to go after criminality. If that is the answer to this, I am down. But if the answer is some kind of fascist response, the people say, Seun, why do you care about one Nigeria? You talk too much about me. I don't care about one Nigeria. Nigeria for me is not no, it's true. People, if people know my politics, they will know very well that Nigeria itself is a machine I fight against. But I separate that from the Nigerian people. I separate that from the Nigerian people. You understand? I understand that bringing this kind of idea will be the ones that will pay the price. And because I don't think anybody is going to catch Buhari's children being a cow owner. Any of his children are going to shed any of their blood in this kind of fracas. You know, it is the blood of common Nigerians, and there will be reprisal attacks. You know, this is not the politics or the forward thinking that I'm with in 2021. You know, so we need to end fascism. If we want to stop criminality in Nigeria, let's stop criminality in Nigeria. Let's task those that have been given the mandate. You understand what I'm saying? The mandate to secure us. They are the ones that need to get ultimatum. Yes. Where's the ultimatum? To the governors who are the chief security officers of the state. To say, Governor, you are collecting security votes, you have all these billions, and you are not doing your job. We the people will give you 1 week to give us a concrete policy to tackle this insecurity and criminality in our town, or we come and chase you out of your office, or we occupy your office till the lawmakers impeach you. You can remove a governor by impeachment. Yes. So where are the ultimatums to these political powers? Because if I remember correctly, Sunday Igboho himself said he was integral part of putting Seyi Makinde in power. So, if it is your principal that is failing, how come you are not attacking your principal? You are going to attack other people. I don't understand that. So, for me, Nigerians were saying on their page, they are not real Christians. That's something that many people said. Those politicians are not real Christians. And it sounded to me the way Northerners say, those criminals are not real headsmen, are not real Northerners, are not real Fulani, and things like that. So when it concerns us, we certainly want to see the humanity, and then we want to see the nuances, you know, who is a real one and who is not a real one, who is a fake one and who is not a fake one, and things like that. You know, blanket, like Ghana must go and things like that happen. Blanket titles like that. I've lived through it, as I said. Fella people are bad. You understand? I've lived through it.
Yeah.
I understand the concept behind that. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't go to change anything. It is a political game. It is a political game where our politicians are trying to make, by all means, insecurity the main issue of the 2023 elections. This is what all their agents are playing at. This is what is going on. So that we do not now ask for those progressive ideas that have already been permeating our societies right now, about our education, about our healthcare, about our welfare, about our roads, about the cost of food in this country, about lack of jobs in this country. These are the pertinent issues in this country. But our politicians have found out that they have failed miserably in all these aspects. So what have they done? They have brought out all their actors, all their agents. Everybody involved in this narrative of Hausa, Fulani, these are all government agents, empowered by our politicians. And the politicians of Nigeria are the number one oppressors of the Nigerian people. We as Nigerians, we need to stop empowering non-state actors. People that are not accountable to anyone or anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because it never ends well. Listen, after all we've been through in Nigeria, for us to now come and start embracing fascism, I will say it is just not. Go and look at the Italians under Mussolini, El Duce, the father of fascism. And then everybody loved him in Italy because he was able to help them blame the other for their problem. You know? But at the end of the day, it's the same Italians. They dragged him onto the street like an animal and lynched him. El Mussolini. You go and check out how he died. You know. I am a Pan-Africanist. So there's no way in this world I will see a solution that involves any kind of bloodshed of innocent African people and embrace it. No matter how nice it sounds to my ear and how interesting it is. Saying headsmen, you know, why are we giving a new name to something that exists? Is it the sentiment of it? Is it that because headsmen suddenly helps us in our mind to link it to the northerners, so it's better to name it as such? I don't think so. You know, criminals are criminals. Let's go after criminals
as such.
Yes, let's. If we're going to deal with criminality in Nigeria and banditry, let's call it what it is, and let's face that. Let's face that and let's solve that. But now we're tying, you know, this issue of grazing is hugely tied to criminality.
Of course.
And I don't. So what I'm saying is, what are we using as the solution? Are we saying, oh, we're going to ban heading? Any kind of heading in Nigeria completely? I agree with that. So that people's children will stop walking from Kano to Lagos, from Kaduna to Lagos, from Maiduguri to Benin. All this kind of journey with leg that people's children have to take. You know, why some people's children, the owners of the cows' children, are chilling in their homes. We have to end that. So I believe that. But to now say also to criminalize the headsman, immediately say, okay, a headsman is also a criminal. It's difficult for me to align with. You know, say, okay, fine, let's find the criminals. Yeah, because you see, me, I'm Fela's son. That's something people have to understand also. And growing up as Fela's son, I went through this same kind of thing. People might not see, Kalakuta was not a whole tribe. We were not the whole of the north. But we were criminalized. Yeah. So bad, like, if you are Fela, you are immediately criminalized. Anything with Fela, anything from Kalakuta, you are a criminal, you are a Igbo smoker, you are a tout, you are a hooligan. I grew up with that kind of stigma, you know, and I would not in any way, shape or form be able to condone it. You know, in the society, we must go after those that are doing what is wrong, precisely. And also, you know, I mean, even people in the north, I believe, are going through this as well, you know, just as we are. And even for longer, look at the IDP camp, for example. These are internally displaced persons. Over 2 million people are in these camps as we speak right now, and they are fellow Nigerians whose lives have completely been uprooted in the north, and they are not Muslims and Northerners and Fulani and Hausa, and all tribes are in this IDP place. So we as Nigerians have to see that, you know, that we are under some form of concerted attack. You know, and with every election cycle, it grows bigger and it grows worse. And I link it directly to political thuggery. You and I cannot afford to arm a bunch of people. Yeah. We all know the kind of people that have that kind of money in this country. After every election cycle, small arm and armed proliferation expanding, increases in this country. People arm more thugs, arm more of their supporters to carry out all sorts of election violence. But then in the 4 years gap between elections, those boys have nothing to do but descend on the citizens, you know, and forget anybody that will be offended by this question and follow the money. Anybody, let's look back at them. Look back at Boko Haram. How did Boko Haram become? How did they end the capital that they needed to become radicalized and to become kind of radicalized extremists that they are from politicians? Modu Sheriff in his election. You know, we all remember Ecomog boys in 1999, 2003, all over the Middle Belt. Let's not be forgetting all these things. In Lagos, thugs are empowered everywhere. In Benin, everywhere, armed. And all these things have consequences. And the consequences is insecurity in the society.
Of course.
You know, so I want us to dispassionately look at it and try and separate the two. We have a heading problem. We should not allow the politicians of this country bandy it together. Like, the heading problem can be solved if the owners of the cow are forced to invest in modern practices. But they don't want to be forced to invest because it is all politicians are involved that are rich, these really big guys in this cow business. Cow business is big business in Nigeria. Trust me, people think it's only northerners that are in Miyetti Allah. It's a lie. I always say it's a lie. There are southerners in Miyetti Allah too because they own cows, you know, and they are under this organization and they are in power too. So they use power to protect their interests. Why would they put a law that will make them dip into their booty bag, that they store all the booty that they've gotten in this country and use it to invest again in this country? No, that's not their style. They want to buy houses in Switzerland, in Dubai, take their girlfriend on trips and things like that with the money. They don't want to reinvest it in the place they took it from.
It's insecurity.
Fighting against northerners is not how you solve insecurity. Say, herdsmen, Fulani is the problem, the northerners are the problem. This is not fighting insecurity. This is actually creating insecurity. Because how long are we going to do that for until the northerners start doing it to our brothers over there? Are we saying they don't like Yoruba and Yoruba people in the north? This is, so for me, this is what I'm saying. Like this, if it says, as I said, if it comes, I am fighting against criminality and all forms of criminals, I will probably support it. Maybe if you start from the small criminal, we'll get to the big criminals. You understand? Because criminals is something I understand. It's a language I understand very well. But once you begin to use that, you understand, to qualify an entire people, that is fascism. And we cannot go the El Duce path in Nigeria. El Duce was the nickname of Mussolini. We can't. And especially when I see people in the abroad with nothing to lose. Sunday Boy himself said his children are in the abroad. His wife is in the abroad. Nothing to lose. My wife and my child, they are here. The way I'm thinking about Nigeria, my entire life is here. No, don't get it twisted. I've been offered an escape route many times, but I wasn't raised that way. Everything that is anything to me is here in this country, in Nigeria. So what this land, what the peace here means to me is not the same as it means to the politicians with private jets and two passports. My daughter was born in France, but she doesn't have a French. I did not do anything to make her French. Now only one passport, all of us there for our house. It's true. So I understand what I'm saying, because I know I have nothing else. I have nowhere else to go. Those that are pushing all of you, all their children, in the last 20 years in this country, it has been happening before, I don't know. But in this, our present political dispensation, no politician has given birth to their child in this country. No one. No, from local government chairman to presidency. Their children, their grandchildren, their children, their uncle, everybody is born abroad. Canada, America, London, No, it's true. And then they use their influence. They use their influence to lure you to destroy the only thing that you have. I say to people, the elite is only in Nigeria. Our politicians don't have to be completely aligned with Nigeria. They can be Nigerian and American and still be governor. Is now they use their agents to spread these fascist ideas. I said, back in the 60s, it was the politicians themselves, the Akintolas, Have Yoruba people forgotten Operation Wet here? Have we forgotten this thing so quickly? That these same people, that they were willing to murder us, like burning us like cows on the road because of election votes before the civil war started in the Second Republic. History that we don't know in this country is doing us bad things. This is nothing new. All these kind of people are nothing new to us in this country. I say Ahmadu Bello will be using his mouth to cast down all Igbo people. You will not say, well, so you say all Igbo. If you see a Igbo, there's a popular one that went viral. That one is even a small part of what that man was saying. It's a whole Sardowner. That's how they are. And now they can't say those things by themselves anymore. Because the world has woken up. You know, they will be held accountable for such things. So what do? They use their agents. Same people that they have empowered.